The following program is a presentation of the Mat Wrestling Network. Viewer discretion is advised. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to MWA Mat Wars. I'm Matt Young, here tonight on the road to the Hardcore Holidays pay-per-view, coming at you live Sunday night, December 13th, 2020. Last pay-per-view of the year, man. Coming up on us quick. Only got a couple more shows leading into that. But tonight, we're going to determine number one contenders to the Tag Team Championship. We got the former champions, Super Exotic, Superhuman, Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic last week, huge victory over Thanos. Superhuman coming up short against Black Panther, trying to earn another shot at the World Championship, which he also lost in November reign. But tonight, Joe Exotic and Superhuman, if they can get past Luke Cage and Iron Fist, they are going to earn a tag team title rematch against Thor and Loki coming up at Hardcore Holidays, man. That's our main event. We're kicking things off tonight with Chuck Norris in action. But first, obviously, after sitting through the internal loading screen, the pyro and the ballyhoo, by God. And there's already activity in the chat, and I seem to have misplaced my phone. There it is. Full on face cam. We haven't using the face cam for a while. Ever since about October. Well, the last couple months anyway. Yeah, Mario pants. I don't. Anything below the waist is whatever, man. I only have to look professional from the waist up. As long as I'm wearing pants, everybody should be happy about that. But yeah. Been using the webcam usually, well, not usually, on Thursdays it's me and a couple other people. Tuesdays these days it's just me. But yeah, thank you guys, Paul and Mr. Evil Beard. Again, gotta be careful not to use your real name on the broadcast. Don't want them to find you. Thanks for being here tonight. Steve Urkel taking on Chuck Norris in the opening match. I didn't restart the music because I thought the loading was going to go a little bit more quickly here on the PS5. Apparently not. I'm assuming it's freezing where you guys are at too, right? I know generally this time of year where Evil Beard's at, it's freezing cold. And East X in the same state as me, albeit in a different part. Okay, apparently the loading time is just going to be slow as shit. Got some new tracks from Nick Pedigo, my former Tuesday night co-host. Jesus, 25 degrees. It is, it's 50 surprisingly here right now. I thought it was a lot colder than that. And of course, as soon as I start the music up again, the match is ready to go. Yeah, I could do without this cold weather, man. Alright. If only you guys were here on Sunday, debuted the new MWF logo and had the whole splash intro thing showing it. I'm working on making some opening videos for both shows, setting them to some music, royalty free, of course. I was 48, and it was like 55 here, I think was the high. So not much better, but at least it hasn't gotten quite as cold. I was still freezing my ass off, though. It's supposed to be Chuck Norris's match, but his training partner, Goku, is kind of stealing the spotlight right now. Literally. That blinding light. Chuck Norris hasn't really had too great of a record here in the MWA, losing more than he's won, but in both singles and tag team action, actually. think his last singles match as they do the fusion dance was a win over Joe Exotic. At least I know the chat's working properly right now. I wasn't so sure. Having some issues last time around. Please let me know if the audio sounds okay. Nope, no chat here, yeah. Now, for some reason it wasn't, everything wasn't displaying properly on the stream. It was showing up in the actual chat on Twitch, but then on the overlay part it wasn't. Well, at least the loading times for the intros are a lot quicker on the PS5 as we see Chuck Norris stretching. Chuck Norris and Steve Urkel underway right now. Opening contest with John Stamos and Goku at ringside cheering him on. Chuck Norris right away with a big German suplex. Stank McKenzie, of course, our referee, as always, here tonight on MWA Mat Wars. And I probably should have put the scene back with my camera. That's why it helps to have a co-host. Don't forget things like that. Oh. Hold on, let me... Doesn't look right. Changing stuff on the fly. If I can manage it. Maybe that'll work better. Steve Urkel with a big flapjack on Chuck Norris right out of... Oh. Right in the early going. Why is it better without a co-host, Paul? I've been without a co-host on this show for a couple months. Basically, well, not a month and a half. Hey, Bright Lights, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here again. I'm guessing you always have class on Tuesday night, but still, man, that's awesome that you're actually taking the time to tune in while you're getting your education, man. Chuck Norris with the cover, only a 1 count. Bright and Evil. That sounds like an awesome tag team name, by the way. Let's see. If you haven't checked out Bright Lights Gaming, Paul, maybe consider giving him a follow. And I haven't streamed in about a week or so, but streamed some wrestling games, some other sports games. And of course, EastX Twitch, Paul, every Saturday night, Saturday Game School. I'm even there participating in the chat 25% of the time. Oh! Big, I think that was a flying spin kick from Chuck Norris, but kind of looked wonky. Well, I would be there more often, but Saturday nights aren't always a good night for, you know, spending 90 minutes to 2 hours on. Oh, yeah, I can sometimes. I have before. I'll do it again. It's just, like I said, I'm not available every Saturday. This week, oh, with Steve Urkel with a sexy dance. This week I was just spending 35, 40 hours working on shit for the stream, transitioning everything over to Steam for Fire Pro. What do you have? What are you streaming this Saturday, Paul? Urkel somehow getting the better of Chuck Norris, and he's going for that pedigree. Oh, dropping Chuck Norris with the pedigree. This might be it. Goku You can't see him right now, but Goku up on the ring apron. That's where these tag team partners come in, accompanying their boys to ringside. Goku preventing Chuck Norris from suffering a defeat perhaps right there, but Urkel's still on the offense. Well, only for a moment though. Oh, Norris now laying with the kicks. He's trying to share a link to Paul's, well, not a link. You don't really need a link if you can click on his profile, but yeah. The description helps. Chuck Norris rocking the double denim and the leather gloves. Oh, spinning back fist just destroying Steve Urkel. Norris not going for the cover. Is Stamos gonna? Stamos just doesn't give a fuck apparently. Oh, 2 count. I guess he had faith in his partner. Yeah, well, I do check in sometimes when I'm not at home, but don't always have the most reliable connection when I'm using the data plan. Oh, there's that roundhouse. That has to do it. Sank McKenzie down to make the count. Urkel's out. And there's that 3 count. Yeah. So do you know what you're streaming this Saturday yet? And feel free to mention that in here. Paul's always giving away codes, usually to random things. Sometimes a 1-year subscription to Pornhub Premium. That was the highlight. Congratulations to Darker Player for winning that. Oh, nasty elbow from Urkel on the replay. And there we see the pedigree that most likely, in my opinion, would have finished the match were it not for Goku getting up there on the ring apron. I don't know if Stank McKenzie even knew he was there. Zenra? I don't know what that is. Is that one of She-Ra's friends? Or is that like Silver Surfer's homeworld? Not Zenla. I'm going to Google this and I'm probably going to regret Googling it. Well, I'm getting a lot of results for porn sites, so yep, it's what I thought it was. My Google search history is tainted now. Can't believe you made me Google porn, Paul. I don't know what it is with people named Paul and their affinity for pornography, but especially the Texans. Shame on you all. You need Jesus. Oh. Chuck Norris celebrating, but Goku's kind of subdued theme music doesn't really go along with it. No comments. Alright. Hope I paused it. Yeah. Alright, heading into our second match of the night, first women's match of the evening. If you like porn, Paul, you're gonna love this, because this is just like porn, but with more clothing and in digitized form, and you got me talking over it with my face in the corner, just the way you like it. We've got Kylie Jenner, I'm sorry, I get them mixed up all the time. Kendall Jenner, accompanied by her sister Kylie, taking on Beyoncé tonight. Chuck hogging all the shine. Well, he was technically the only one in the match. Once you say they are, just lying. I never said I don't. I just said no comment. Good call going with Heroes of Hammer Watch on Saturday, because it definitely helps when you have a game people can pronounce. One-chan Ara Origin. And working towards that tag team split. They have sucked ass as a tag team. Chuck Norris came in as Goku's training partner. Ended up Chuck Norris tapped out to Superhuman. Goku lost him 3 times, though, so I mean, he really is living up to his name. Paul's favorite wrestler, Superhuman. But yeah, Goku and Chuck Norris, I think they've only got 1 win as a tag team. Lost to Joe Exotic and Superhuman twice, although those were the tag team champions for a few weeks, so nothing to be ashamed of. One-Chan Bar, okay, I know what that is. I've never seen it or played it. I think it's based on an anime, as you say. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I know the name from somewhere. Is it just a game, not based on... Here comes Beyoncé. No transitions here. Beyoncé looking shiny. Shiny as hell, bedazzled. Okay. I'll have to... I don't think I've got anything going on Saturday. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I don't. So I have to check that out. Other than the pay-per-views, which are on Sundays, we only got 2 streams a week for the rest of the year. I decided to cut season 1 of Battlegrounds on Wednesdays short by a few weeks, and I just need the time to make sure I can get everything else from Fire Pro transition from PS4 to Steam. It took me the whole 35 hours I spent on it last week, just getting the 28 guys I needed for Sunday's pay-per-view, and then everything else like the ring design and just setting up PC version to run properly. And of course we had all kinds of technical difficulties on Sunday anyway, trying to stream from Steam. Yeah, I'm not doing Sunday I was doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then I did 2 Sunday pay-per-views a month, one for it's the second and final Sundays of each month were pay-per-views. Second Sunday for the Tuesday show, and then the Thursday show's pay-per-views were the last Sunday of the month. Yeah, the psychology is kind of lacking sometimes on 2K. Fire Pro is much, much better when it comes to realistic wrestling action, despite what the graphics may lead people to believe. Been a little while since we've seen Beyoncé. Kylie and Kendall have been partnering with their half-sister Kim Kardashian in her brutal feud with Oprah Winfrey. Kylie going for the cover on Beyoncé. Orange? I'm not seeing any orange text. I guess it shows up differently for you. Everything just shows up white for me on my phone, and then okay. Man, I haven't heard. Did they even make that series anymore? Are you playing one of the older ones? I remember reading about those all the time. I think back in the Dreamcast days. Oh, okay, yeah, it still does that on Fire Pro. So that's a big flash of critical up there. Nice, by the PS2. Yeah, King of the Coliseum, and I think Giant Graham was the other one. Back in the Dreamcast and PS2 days, I would see some coverage for that in magazines like EGM, and always wanted to try those games, but never got a chance. Maybe I can just get a PS2 mod on here, do it that way. I have my old PS2 still, but it costs a lot just to mod it and actually buy a copy of the game, or I guess I don't necessarily have to buy it. I'm just rambling now, apparently. The crowd hates this match. Hopefully you guys don't hate it quite as much. The crowd's shitting all over this. Nice hammerlock body slam. by Kendall as I hit the microphone. We're a little under 2 weeks away from the Hardcore Holidays pay-per-view coming up on December 13th. Last month in November Rain, we saw all 3 championships change hands. Kim Kardashian, after making a big return, beat Oprah Winfrey to become the new women's champion. Thor and Loki just decimated Superhuman and Joe Exotic to become the tag team champions for the 2nd time. And then the main event, 6-way match for the world championship. Superhuman defending his world championship in that one. 2nd match he wrestled in that night. Ended up getting pinned by Black Panther. T'Challa finally becoming the champion. Oh. Yeah, but it's, was it All Japan? It was King of the Coliseum based on All Japan? I'm not overly familiar with older Japanese wrestling. Like, I'd read about it, but never actually started watching until, God, much, much later with NJPW. Like, within the last 10 years. Oh, wow. Yeah. I didn't realize it had multiple promotions in. Kendall's going for that axe kick, and she hits it. Beyoncé might be done. Is she in the ropes, though? No, Kendall's not aware of where she's at in the ring. Less time focusing on her yoga pants and more time with finishing where the ropes are. What's she doing here? Oh, driving those knees right into the breadbasket. Kensuke Sasaki. Man, I gotta play this game. I've been planning on getting some emulators anyway. Just for a bunch of the older consoles. Maybe stream some old wrestling games on this channel. Call it Mac Classics, if you will. But no concrete plans yet. I just gotta see how the emulators run. I've got my old consoles, but you have to get adapters for the inputs and all that. I was trying to bring up the card for the pay-per-view. I don't know what the crowd has against Beyonce. They're just booing the shit out of everybody. Oh, come on. Oh, right into the ring post now. Come on, Beyonce, hit the Bronco Buster. No. Beyonce's finally starting to fight back. Why can't I find this fucking thing? Going up top. You don't see Beyonce go up to the top rope very often. Going very slowly up there. I think she's wearing heels, so that makes sense that she'd have difficulty climbing. Incredibly impressive technical wrestling by Kendall Jenner. Is she going to get the win with this roll-up? 2 count only. What the fuck is Beyonce going for that big neck breaker? Oh, she hits it. Usually she finishes matches with that, but Kendall got right back up before Beyonce even had a chance to make a cover. Holy shit. Now Kendall's gonna fly it. Oh, she has no padding there to cushion that fall. Right on the tailbone, but catching Beyonce off guard with the schoolgirl. 2. The crowd's reactions are not correlating with their actual behavior. There's the bank statement from Beyonce. Looking to make Kendall tap. I don't think she's worn her down quite enough yet. Is she gonna submit? No, find her way out of that hole at the last possible minute. But Beyonce just going right into a cover. Smart move there. Kylie turning her back. Oh, yeah, I finally found it. Nice drop kick from Kendall to Beyoncé there. Kendall trying to rile up the crowd. Oh, that's gonna... Wow. That shot to the knee might affect Kendall's chances at hitting another axe kick in this match. Axe kick. I need to enunciate on that. Starting to drop some frames for some reason, even though it's like less than 1%. I don't get it when my CPU is only... There's only 2% of my CPU being used. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse. It was getting terrible on Sunday night. Beyoncé looking for the neckbreaker again. Is Kendall actually going to stay down this time? Oh! 69 pinfall. And Beyoncé has upset Kendall Jenner. It's not often you see the Jenners and Kardashians lose, period. Beyoncé, first time she hit that neckbreaker, Kendall just popped right back up. Saw part of a replay of that first neckbreaker a moment ago. Guess those are the only highlights of the match. There's a second one. Beyoncé could be heard yelling, "Stranglehold Gamma!" As she hit that neckbreaker. I'm going to take the opportunity this time, even though Kendall lost. We don't have Oprah or Kim Kardashian on the show tonight, but those two have had a fierce rivalry dating back basically to the inception of the MWA. Back in the Women's Championship tournament, we saw Kim get the better of Oprah. They settled their feud, we thought, in a grudge match where Oprah made Kim tap out, Falls Count Anywhere. Back at the Fallout pay-per-view in September, Kim took about a month and a half off, came back, and upon her return as the mystery fourth competitor in a Fatal 4-Way #1 Contenders match, she won that. She went on to beat Oprah for the championship. Oprah's reign ended in her first defense. And now those two are set to have what's really going to settle everything. The main event of our upcoming Hardcore Holidays pay-per-view. Oprah, Kim Kardashian for Kim's MWA Women's Championship inside Hell in a Cell. I have to say it like that because otherwise Vince McMahon will hurt me. So that's our first ever women's main event, first ever Hell in a Cell match here in the MWA coming up December 13th, Hardcore Holidays. We're going to have several hardcore type matches for you coming up on that night. In addition, we have Black Panther defending his MWA World Championship against Skeletor. Skeletor becoming #1 contender last week on Mat Wars by beating Superhuman in the main event. Thor and Loki going to be defending their tag team championships against the winner of tonight's main event between Luke Cage and Iron Fist, Superhuman and Joe Exotic. Got more matches to announce later tonight, as well as next week, our final show before the pay-per-view. But we're about ready to go back to the ring. Tag team action. Former tag team champions Jay and Silent Bob, who I don't think have actually won a match since Colossal Clash back in August, where they became tag team champions. They're taking on Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Been a while since we've seen Dre and Snoop. They look to be on the verge of earning themselves a tag team title opportunity before losing to Captain America and Spider-Man. Cap and Spidey eventually went on to lose their undefeated streak. Luke Cage and Iron Fist. That's how Cage and Iron Fist ended up in tonight's main event. Snoop's churning the butter, and Dr. Dre's got that red solo. Wait, not red, black solo cut. Got the Street Profits gimmick going on. Dr. Dre looking like that cat just vibing to different music from the Facebook page. These two are huge crowd favorites. Receiving a warm reception here in Louisville, Kentucky. Oh, and Dr. Dre with the Running Man. I think that's what that's called. And I'm loving it. And here come their opponents, Jay and Silent Bob, always having a great time. This is the fat version of Silent Bob, Kevin Smith. Much more jolly, much more entertaining when you see him in a physical competition. Just saw a Kevin Smith video the other day where he's talking about the Secret Stash comic store in New Jersey and made it sound like they were going to close, but no. They're just moving to a different location, like right down the block. It's, of course, the store where Comic Book Men was filmed. I love that show. According to what Kevin Smith said, it was him and like 3 people on the internet that loved the show. So I was one of those 3 people. Looks like Dr. Dre is going to start things off against Jay. Jay rocking the Berserker shirt. And we're underway with the first tag team matchup of tonight's broadcast. Using a whopping 2.7% of my CPU. I don't know if the Alienware is going to be able to handle all this action, man. 2 teams right here that are big fans. Well, how should I put this? The Street Profits say we want the smoke. These two teams, they definitely want the smoke. They probably got the smoke already. Jay and Bob have got to be desperate for a win. It's been, wow, we're at the beginning of December now, so we're going on 4 months without a victory. Haven't had a whole lot of TV time lately to earn one, but there's a reason for that. They ran through that tag team championship tournament as a Cinderella story, winning 3 matches, beating teams such as Iron Man and Doctor Strange, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Silent Bob's into these pissed, man, just punching Snoop right in the face. Oh, and looking for a power move, but countered into a bulldog. Just waiting for things to go bonzo gonzo, as Scott Keith would say. Kind of wondering what's going on in that Kings of the Coliseum. Oh, Snoop was going for a big overhead belly to belly, but Silent Bob too heavy for that. Says, hey Snoop, you ever had your asshole licked by a fat man in an overcoat? Quote, just quote what Jay is screaming from the apron. So we got Simon Cowell in the front row. Don't know what he's doing in Louisville, Kentucky. Snoop's got to get out of that corner and get back over there and tag Dre, man. Jay and Bob with some good tag team work here. keeping Snoop isolated in their half of the ring, running him for making the tag to his partner. And oh, it was only a matter of time before the dancing started. Nice corkscrew variation on the Stinger Splash there. Jay catching nothing but turnbuckle as Snoop pulls him out, taking him by the hair over, trying to get that tag to Dr. Dre, but Jay fighting away now. Oh, clothesline right on the top. I don't think we actually saw anybody go out of the ring in the previous matches. At least not for an extended period of time. Usually it happens in every match. No countouts. There are disqualifications, but no countouts on any of the shows on the Mat Wrestling Network. With this game especially, it seems like in tag team matches, they'll take a guy and go right behind the man standing on the apron and just start ramming him into the apron over and over again, and they get stuck in position, can't get back in the ring. What's Jay looking at? Oh, Snoop Dogg thwarts whatever offense Jay was attempting. He hits a nasty donkey punch right on the back of Jay's head. Well, that's where donkey punches go. I don't need to explain it. You all know what a donkey punch is. Stank McKenzie is standing in the center of the ring like an asshole, waiting for them to get back. Their partners not even bothered to help. Again, these two teams have been fighting just to make it onto TV lately. A win would go a long way toward elevating one of these teams up the rankings, but a loss at this stage might mean another month before they get a shot at appearing on Mat Wars. Now finally back into the ring. Jay dropping the leg on the apron. Is he going to go for a cover? Snoop was crawling over there trying to make that tag, with Jay continuing to work the leg. Oh, is he going for that DDT? Oh, the jumping DDT. Stank McKenzie just stumbling backwards like, whoa. I'm not sure it's the time to be posing, though. Snoop's busted open. I didn't realize that DDT cut him open. Bleeding from the forehead. Jay ready to go back to the outside. And I think Dre's happy to oblige him. I'm dropping Dr. Dre right across the steps. Is he cut open too? Jay has had a lot of success on the outside of the ring. Dre more the powerhouse of the team as opposed to Snoop. Both these teams are fan favorites. Both of them love to party. Both of them love the Chronic. Both the album and other. Looks like Jay's not having as much luck with Dre as he did with Snoop. Now that I've said something, it's probably going to turn around. Fighting all the way up the ramp. Dre just giving him a free shot at the gut. I still can't get over how their partners just don't care to get involved at all. You see the Mat Wrestling Network branded chairs there in the crowd. It's all custom. Jay just does not want to get back inside. They're really going to go all the way up the ramp. Wow. The crowd not even looking at it, is still looking toward the ring because they're all idiots. Unlike the fans on Twitch and in the chat, the fans inside of the actual video game, not too bright. Oh. Feel free to place your bets on how long this is going to take them to get back in the ring. You see going further and further away. And since we're waiting for them to get back in where things can finish up, let me know in the chat if any of you guys are enjoying the PS5 or Xbox Series X. Streaming this game for the PS5 right now. I know Paul's got his Series X on the way. No, Jay's bleeding now. Jay's got his face stomped on. He's cut open. I downloaded the new Worms game. I think it's called Worms Rumble. It's a free PS Plus game this month. Paul's always talking about how he loves Worms. That's not actually a joke this time. He really does love the franchise from what I understand. So I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, nasty Russian leg sweep right there on that steel grating on the ramp. And this launching Jay up there. These guys may never, ever get back into the ring. I'm starting to worry now. It's been like 5 minutes. Come on, Dre. Throw him back inside there. I think he was trying to. Oh, blind elbow by Jay, and he's fired up. There we go. Yeah, come on. All right. Go for a cover, why don't you? Another DDT. Cut open Snoop with the first one. And somebody's dropped Dre, but he's right there in the corner next to Snoop. Not even trying to drag him away. Go for a cover. Oh, submission. He's pulling at the face of Dr. Dre. It's kind of like a cross face. Dre fighting his way out, though. Jay could have gone for the cover after that DDT and maybe had a shot at putting Dre away. Now Dre going for his finish, that fisherman suplex. Jay might be done for if Bob can't. Oh, Silent Bob in there, diving over referee Stank McKenzie, breaking up that pinfall. Dr. Dre just shouting in his face. Jay's still not out of the woods, though. Not by a long shot. Both these guys, after fighting on the outside for more than 5 minutes, have got to be completely worn out. Slamming each other on the floor, on the ramp. Steel, concrete. Now Dre looking for that same crossface type maneuver, just wrenching away at the face. Jay's blood dripping down onto Dre's hands. The Jay and Dre rivalry rages on here on Mat Wars. When is anybody going to try to pin somebody else? Dr. Dre is just like, I can't get to the corner. There's a man lying there on the ground. Oh, and now Dre. Silent Bob's the only one not bleeding now. It's Dr. Dre busted open with a bulldog. That's one sharp ring mat. Another Russian leg sweep. Bob looks desperate to get in there. Snoop Dogg facing through the ropes, and Jay makes the tag. Jay tags Silent Bob, the only guy not bleeding, the only semi-fresh man in the match. Oh, I thought maybe Dre was going for that fisherman suplex again, but just the standard vertical suplex this time. Again, having trouble maneuvering around the ring. Then you got to wonder if that blood loss is getting to Dre, starting to affect him a little bit. Blood in the eyes. Blood loss causing a bit of disorientation, perhaps. And now Snoop looking for the submission on Bob. Locking in that. Oh, the Steiner recliner. The camel clutch. I don't know what Snoop calls it. The dog collar. That's what I thought Roman Reigns should have called his guillotine choke, but they didn't go with it. Tossing Bob over the ropes, going for the cover. Jay's not there to break it up. But Bob, again, the only fresh man in the match. He's been out on the apron for the majority of this contest. Snoop dragging Bob back over to the corner, looking to tag out to Dr. Dre. We're going to see a double team. No, I guess not. Jay and Silent Bob, their losing streak looks to be dangerously close to continuing. Being extended right now. Oh, and all tangled up in the ropes as Bob counters that Bulldog. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Bob still with his hat on. Still with the heavy coat flying around. Are we gonna see Bob go for that caterpillar he's known for? Please don't clothesline him out of the ring again. Oh, I think he's doing it. What the fuck is this? Okay, I don't know what that was, but that was awesome. That was not the caterpillar, but that was something else. Oh, nice counter for that belly-to-belly attempt there. Jay and Silent Bob may lose every match they're in nowadays, but it seems like every single contest is competitive. These guys give it their all, even if they might come up a little bit short in the end. That's got to count for something. Dre, is he looking for that fisherman suplex again? Hits it on Bob, but he's so close to the ropes. Snake McKenzie says Bob's not in the... Dre with the Thez press, or Snoop with the Thez press. I fucked that up. And the losing streak for Jay and Silent Bob extended into December. It was a hard-fought war, but Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg able to pull it out, defeating Jay and Silent Bob. Fisherman suplex from Dre to Bob is what does it in the end. And our inaugural tag team champions just cannot catch a break. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, though, not the only rappers that we're going to see in action tonight. Actually, our next match could have another famous wordsmith. Why did I say that? Dr. Dre and Snoop, both bleeding profusely. They don't give a fuck, though. Dapping it up. Back on the winning track. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Big smile from Snoop. He was hilarious on that Mike Tyson Roy Jones pay-per-view card, by the way, in case you didn't catch that. What'd I say? Kanye West of the MAGA Powers taking on the Blue Ranger in our next match. Go back to the Nicktoons. See what the volume level's like for that song. Hump handle exploded. Yeah, Kylie Jenner finishes people with a regular exploder. That's about as close as it gets. I mean, look who's in the ring in any given match. Kanye, oh fuck, volume's up on my phone. Kanye West from the MAGA Powers. Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Kanye West, and the Magazord making up that faction. They've been feuding with the Power Rangers for a while now. Of course, we saw the Green Ranger was originally under the control of Donald Trump. Trump Train, Donald Trump, Pence, and the Green Ranger feuding with the Red, Black, and Blue Power Rangers. Green Ranger was freed from Donald Trump's spell by the Red, Black, and Blue Rangers fighting to save him. He used the last of his power to defeat the MAGA Powers in singles action. Made Donald Trump tap out a couple of months ago. And then he was gone. Green Ranger all out of power. So we didn't know who the Power Rangers were going to get for their 4-on-4 elimination match at November Rain against the MAGA Powers. It turned out to be the White Ranger. And everybody thought it was Tommy Oliver coming back as the White Ranger, but no. Tommy was in the crowd at November Rain for that show. For that match, I'm sorry. And We saw the MAGA Powers win on that night. It turned out that they drugged the Power Rangers before the show, beat them 4-0 in that elimination match. But the Power Rangers have come back with a vengeance, looking for retribution, and not the kind that you'll see on Monday Night Raw, thank God. But the White Ranger revealed himself to be none other than Joe Biden after his victory a few weeks ago against Kanye West. So White Ranger Joe Biden has joined the Power Rangers. White Ranger Joe Biden will be facing Donald Trump one-on-one at Hardcore Holidays on December 13th. On the same show, the Red, Black, and Blue Power Rangers are going to be in 6-man tag team action against Kanye West, the Magazord, and Mike Pence. So 2 huge matches. Will the rivalry be settled? We got Biden versus Trump. Biden with the power of the White Ranger. Going to see those two face off in what we believe will be the conclusion to their long-running rivalry. I really need to change the Power Rangers individual music because as a group they come out to generic stuff, but then in singles they just keep using fucking Dean Ambrose theme. Copyright violation. Blue Ranger and Kanye West ready to go right now. Of course, this isn't the only matchup that we have for you tonight. That's a part of the Power Rangers and MAGA Powers feud. Following the conclusion of this match, our next contest, Donald Trump in a rare singles appearance, taking on the Red Power Ranger. Then next week we'll see White Ranger Joe Biden versus Mike Pence. Right after the start of the match, they immediately go to the outside, fighting here in front of the commentary table. A former Tuesday co-host, Nick Pedigo, was here. He would say he does not like this one bit. Slammed him right into the apron, the hardest part of the ring. See if these two can go as long on the outside as Dr. Dre did. If only this game actually had decent AI, where they could go outside the ring with the count and then get back in before the 10 count. Blue Ranger slamming Kanye face first in the announce table. Kanye with his red, white, and blue camouflage pants. Hey, Mario's here. What's going on, man? Oh, lurking, I guess is what's going on. But thank you for being here. Appreciate that. Hope you're having a good night. Guess it's still fairly early out there. About 7. Blue Ranger rolling out to the safety of the outside now as Kanye standing strong. What's he doing here? Oh, nasty DDT variation. I don't think I've actually seen that before. Now a knee drop right to the ear of Kanye. Not landing what I thought it did. Mario with the alert command. Oh yeah, Mario, assuming you actually have the audio on while you're lurking. Nick has 4 new songs. I was playing some of them on the countdown and then the desk segments in between. Going to be utilizing those more on the stream. It's even better than the last stuff that he came up with, so I'm pretty sure you'll like it. I know I'm at least going to use one of the songs as a theme for Mat Wars and the other one for Mattitude. whenever I eventually am able to put together an opening video. It's just taking a while compiling all the clips and stuff. Going through 130 hours of past shows. Blue Ranger with the cover. No, I did not expect it to end that quickly. Blue Ranger taking control and never letting up, just finishing off Kanye as I ramble on about future plans and Nicktoons. So far, ever since November Rain, the Power Rangers have looked dominant. The MAGA Powers drugged the Power Rangers before that match, won 4-0 in the elimination contest. But ever since that night, Power Rangers have been on fire. White Ranger getting victories. Last week we saw the Blue and Black Rangers getting a win. Or was it the Red? It was the Red and Black Rangers last week getting a win over Donald Trump and Mike Pence. Tonight, Blue Ranger with a big win over their leader, Donald Trump. See if he attempts to file any lawsuits to dispute the outcome of that match. Blue Ranger standing tall. Oh, he can move his mouth now. What the fuck? And I said over the leader. I got caught up. I got mixed up. Donald Trump's in the next match. That's a victory over Kanye West. Of course. I am very sleep deprived right now. Let's see if I can play a whole 20 seconds of the song before the match loads up all the way. This song is called The Butcher. Not to be confused with the AEW wrestler of the same name.
I cut off his head, stick it on a pike, raise it high up so all in the streets can see. That's what preserves the order of things.
Alright, here we go. Trump making his way out here in the MAGA Power shirt. It's not quite the same when we don't see the group entrance. Tag team of Trump and Pence, we get to see him do the Bushwhackers entrance. When we see the MAGA Powers come out, they're doing the Absolution entrance. Paige, Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose. Trump, when he comes out by himself, just kind of strolling. Trump's got to be nervous about that big matchup with Biden, the White Ranger, coming up at Hardcore Holidays. Donald Trump just hasn't had much luck with Power Rangers, period. That November Rain tag team victory aside, in which Trump, I'm not sure if he even really ever actively, legally tagged into the match. Trump has gotten his ass whooped by the Green Ranger, by the Red Ranger, the Black Ranger. I think we're going to skip this entrance because using Dean Ambrose's music twice in the same stream, probably just asking for trouble. Trump being cocky, calling out the Red Ranger as they're getting ready to go at it right now. Bell has rung. 5th match of 7 tonight. Kind of hoping that after Hardcore Holidays, the Power Rangers will shut up the MAGA Powers for a little while. Power Rangers, ever since the debut, have been embroiled in this bitter rivalry with the MAGA Powers. First, out of a sense of pride, Donald Trump and Pence lost to the Power Rangers in their debut and just have had a beef with them ever since. Then Trump brought in the Green Ranger, and it became personal, utilizing that green power coin against the Power Rangers, and it's just gotten more and more bitter and vicious ever since then. Neither side can stand the other, and they're looking to finally settle it at Hardcore Holidays. Lots of red in this match, so I'm trying to go along with the green and purple theme of the show. Trust me though, if I had a full body Power Rangers costume, I'd definitely wear it for the stream. I don't know if anybody want to see that. Probably not. But I don't have it, so you don't have to worry. Red Ranger with a cover on Trump and not even a 1 count. Glad to see we're okay on the frame issue right now. Maybe it was just because I was streaming from Steam instead of the capture card of the PS5. But damn, I was barely using any of my resources. Guess let's see how things go on Thursday. Thursday night, gonna be back with MWF Magnitude, the follow-up to the Thanksgiving Throwdown pay-per-view where we saw Thanos lose his international championship to Superman. Captain Planet dropped the world title to Rob Van Dam, and Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers suffered their first loss, challenging unsuccessfully for the tag team championships against Ronald McDonald the Hamburger, whose reign hit 6 months in a few days. That's what we got going for you on Thursday night. Me and myself and Chris Coron on commentary, and probably Red Jed. He's been sick for the past week, and he's been getting sick on and off. So there's no guarantee that we'll have all three there, but it's always a lot more fun when we do. Trump signaling for that bionic elbow, perhaps. They're going to the leg instead. Trump's used that flip-flop and fly type maneuver in the past, but now laying in with those clotheslines, this time a flying version of the Red Ranger. The Red Ranger slugging right back at Trump. No, Donald Trump doesn't come across as much of a physical combatant, but what we've seen in his matches here in the MWA, I have to give him credit from a wrestling standpoint, or from a brawling standpoint, if you will. That Trump has managed to be competitive in almost every match that he's been in. There have been a couple stinkers, but considering he's fighting against, actual Power Rangers, dude's putting up a hell of a fight. Getting out of the way of that stomp now and whipping the Red Ranger into the corner, but Trump, I felt that in my lower back. Nice complete shot from the Red Ranger. I thought he had in a perfect position to go up to the top rope, but Red Ranger having other ideas with that ripcord knee to the face, cover on Trump now. Thank McKenzie looking like he's trying to slap the Red Ranger's dick. Trump able to hold on though, refusing to tap out. Fighting his way out, tripping up Red Ranger. Is Trump going to look for that elbow again? Not sure if he was going for a bear hug there. Whatever it was, it didn't work. Red Ranger flipping him back. Heading up top, I think he's going for that flying kick. Gonna wait for Trump to get to his feet, try that spin kick to the head. Oh, and he nailed him. Kind of caught him on the shoulder. I think he might have gotten enough of it. Only a 2 count. Yeah, if he would have caught him flush in the jaw or in the side of the head, maybe that would have been a different story right there. Trump able to continue to fight on against the Red Ranger at this time. Oh, Red Ranger went for that super kick, but Trump was able to get out of the way. Now there's going for it. That flip-flop and fly, the punches to the face. Oh, and now the shots to the gut. Went with the punches instead of the elbow that time. Trump now with the cover on Red Ranger. And only a 2 count. And Donald Trump looks flabbergasted. His entire right arm just did some weird shit right there, too. He's jiggling around like a jello mold. Oh, now it's the elbow. Oh, the bionic elbow to Red Ranger. That man knocked him unconscious. State McKenzie not able to get in position. And a 2.5. That delay in getting down to make the count may have been what enabled Red Ranger to kick out there. Is that new lease on life going to afford Red Ranger the opportunity to pull out the victory in this contest? Trump's still on the offense right now. Oh, and locking in that Vulcan nerve pinch. It doesn't look like much, but goddamn, it hurts. Just taking away all the feeling in his right shoulder and arm. Oh no, Trump going for the cover. Only a 2 count again. Not sure whether he'll see your message or not, Paul, since he's lurking, but I'm guessing he'll be back in the chat at some point. But thanks for taking the time to greet everybody. Trump going back to the knee of Red Ranger. I'm not quite sure why he's working the knee, considering he hasn't done any sort of leg-based submission maneuvers in his entire career, from what I've... he's lurking right now, but he's not a lurker. Mario is one of the most, if not the most, active people in our chat usually. And just a generally nice and cool guy. Red Ranger cocking the fist, looking for that knockout blow. Oh, and Trump saw it coming though. Trump caught the Superman punch. What's... Oh, Bulldog. Trump grabbing, trying to reapply his wig. Dropping the elbow on the chest, going for another cover. Not this way. 2.5. The Red Ranger just hanging on barely. Trump was going for that flip-flop and fly again, but he got countered and this time sent to the outside by the Red Ranger. They're the same person, Paul. He requested that we refer to him as Mario. I believe because it's his name, not because he's trying to be Super Mario. I mean, he is pretty super, though. Too many mushrooms. Oh, they caught him on the chin with that spin kick. Red Ranger, I think, is going to finish it off finally. And it's over. The Power Rangers moved to 2-0 on the night and have won every single match with the Mega Powers ever since that disastrous November rain battle. Oh, right on cue, there's Mario. Honestly, I'm not sure there's a whole lot of replay-worthy maneuvers in this match. It was a pretty basic affair in terms of offense. But Donald Trump put up a hell of a fight. Again, I give credit for his performance in the ring and absolutely nothing else. As the Dean Ambrose music continues to play and threaten me with all kinds of copyright violations. I've got the original video saved in my computer. They can't take it away just by muting it. Trump laying on the floor, completely out of it. As a Red Ranger celebrating this big win. I think I made all the announcements for the pay-per-view that I needed to make tonight. Honestly, with all the work I've been doing and the lack of sleep, it's been a bit hard to keep up. Semi-main event of the evening coming up, though. Jessica Jones taking on She-Hulk. We saw Jessica Jones and She-Hulk teaming up last week, losing to Billie Eilish and Demi Lovato in what I and everyone in the chat seemed to consider a huge upset. Jessica Jones came in. We thought that she was going to be one of the top contenders for the Women's Championship. She had been managing Luke Cage and Iron Fist for the last several months, finally transitioned to becoming a full-time wrestler. And she's been on the losing end of a couple major upsets in the past couple weeks. She's blaming She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, for their loss in that tag team match against Billie Eilish and Demi Lovato last week. So they're gonna fight it out right here tonight. Right now, to be perfectly honest, Captain Marvel looks to be the front runner for the next shot at the women's title. Captain Marvel was able to defeat the women's champion Kim Kardashian and the #1 contender and former champion Oprah Winfrey in consecutive matches. Yeah, we're still on course for that Hell in a Cell main event where Kim Kardashian and Oprah Winfrey are going to face each other for that title. So Captain Marvel is going to have to wait, see who wins that match, if she is to receive a shot at the victor. Why the hell does it have to be this song? I'm not quite sure what to make of those emotes, but I love them. Poor Ethex, the only one in the chat who doesn't have the first logo by his name. She-Hulk looks pissed. Jessica Jones a little bit more loose than I thought she would be. Oh god, that sounded... Please delete... No, fuck me. I meant her general laissez-faire approach. God damn. Okay. Anyhow, that happened. Already to the outside. Bridget. Yeah, I realized what I said. I didn't mean it that way, but I said it, and it happened. The character model isn't the best. Like it's her face, but it's not the expression it's stuck in. It's like something out of WWF No Mercy or WrestleMania 2000 on the N64. They run out and they have, like The Rock especially and Big Show, just have goofy expressions plastered all over their faces. Looks like somebody had an Ember Moon sign out in the crowd. Yeah, these are the two women who everybody expected for them to just rise right to the top of the women's division. They're both powerhouses. They're both superheroes, to be perfectly honest, and they just continue to fall short when the opportunity to move on up is on the line. Oh, a haluva kick from She-Hulk. Is she gonna cover Jessica? Nope. Still wanting to inflict more punishment. Saying, damn it, Jessica Jones, you took a pair of acid-washed denim jeans and just fucking ruined them by cutting all those holes in the legs. Damn it, you took out Stag McKenzie by tossing Jessica Jones right over to him there. Paul in the chat continuing to try to make a love connection with Mario. Wish him the best in his efforts there. I've heard that one before. Ooh. That's a unique set. Back to the outside. Jessica Jones tossing She-Hulk to the floor. Is she I thought maybe she was about to dive onto the opposite side of the ring. Oh, that's the same result. Hey. Jessica Jones just diving, yeeting herself right onto the floor. She-Hulk looking to take advantage of the punishment Jones inflicted on herself, but still a little bit of fight left in Jessica. Giving Stank McKenzie the opportunity to adjust his waistline. Oh, there's a spine buster. She-Hulk managing to take control this last minute or so off of Jones. Diving out of the floor. Now shots to the face. Coming from a Hulk. Man, that's got to hurt. I was kind of disappointed that the She-Hulk wasn't utilized in the Fortnite event from earlier today. Full disclosure, I never played Fortnite. Then the Marvel season happened. I was like, hey, this looks badass. I love Marvel. Tried it out. It's actually a fun game. Kind of fell off like after the first month and a half of the season. So I didn't unlock everybody, but I did the event today, and it was a lot of fun. They had like Wolverine, Iron Man, Thor in that, but not all the Marvel characters they use in the game, like She-Hulk, Storm, Groot. I guess there's not much you can do with Groot in terms of dialogue. At least not that version of Groot. Oh, slaps to the face. I thought for a second she was going to do a choke slam. That would have been something. These ladies just do not want to stay in the ring. They cannot be contained. It's a personal battle right here. These two tag team partners last week weren't really friends to begin with, but the fact that they lost that match to Billie Eilish and Demi Lovato squashed any hope they had of remaining or becoming allies on a regular basis. Yeah, Fortnite's still a thing. I don't know anything about the storyline, the original characters, and all that stuff, but it is a fun game. I wanted to hate it. I thought I was going to hate it. I didn't hate it. The actual game mechanics are very enjoyable, and it's a free game you can play without feeling any sort of pressure to spend money to compete, so that's cool. I'm all for it. The new season's... Oh! Really fucking awkward spear. New season, I think, starts at like 11 o'clock tonight, so I'm at least going to check to see what it's about, because I've heard Mandalorian... There's supposed to be Mandalorian crossover. Jones with the cover after the spear, and that does it. It was a really nasty-looking, awkward bump, but Jones taking out She-Hulk, and after Jones has suffered defeats her last couple outings, it's a big statement win over her partner from last week, She-Hulk. Jones looked like the weak link, and She-Hulk just got taken out, though. That's the Nia Jax theme continues to play. Okay, so Jessica Jones, got to change hers from Nia Jax, and got to change the Power Rangers theme from Dean Ambrose to something else. I'm going to replay that big boot. Oh. We're only... One thing about the reduced load times playing on the PS5, shows aren't running quite as long. We're about an hour and 20 minutes into this thing and heading into the main event. We're going to determine #1 contenders for the tag team titles. Super Exotic, Superhuman, Joe Exotic, former champions, taking on another team of former champions of Luke Cage and Iron Fist, the Heroes for Hire. As I get back to the chat. Oh, fuck. Damn, sorry to hear that, Mario. I don't... Thankfully, I haven't had any issues with losing data, but that's one of my primary concerns. Is now that I'm using the Steam version, I'm worried that whether it's just the game by itself, or especially once I try to install some mods, I'm concerned it's gonna cause issues. By the way, this is one of Nick's new songs. I told him last night after he sent me these that he really needed to write up a little credit that I can include in all the YouTube uploads of video info. I didn't know you could make a backup of the Fire Pro saves. Guess I'll have to do that. And before I got this PC a few months ago, I hadn't had a working computer in at least half a decade. Oh, you don't want to hear until they... Well, you just heard them. I mean, you just heard some of them anyway. So, sorry about that. I'm going to continue to play him on these shows. And I keep telling him that you want to pay him for the songs. Or at least for the other ones. I know you haven't heard the new ones, but... Yeah, I've been letting him know that there's a positive response, and that you specifically have said you want to buy his music. So we'll see what happens with that. The always entertaining entrance of the former tag team champions Joe Exotic and Superhuman, rocking those pom-poms on their way to the ring. It's fist time. Hope you're all ready to get fisted right now, because the Iron Fist making his way out to the ring alongside Luke Cage. These two won the MWA Tag Team Championships at our Menage a Trois pay-per-view in October, where every championship match was a triple threat match. Luke Cage and Iron Fist defeating the reigning champions Thor and Loki. Cage pinning Loki in that match, but only a couple of weeks later, I believe 16 days later, Superhuman and Joe Exotic shockingly upset these guys to win their tag team titles. Ended up losing them in November reign to Thor and Loki. You have sworn that was Ahmed. Just make sure. Did Ahmed Johnson say that? I've never heard Ahmed Johnson say anything that I could actually understand. That's part of his appeal, is he's completely unintelligible. And by part of his appeal, I mean basically his entire appeal. Now I've got Ahmed Johnson's theme music stuck in my head, so thank you for that. You know, Vince McMahon just got one look at Ahmed Johnson and just like, oh my god, look at those chocolate titties. And immediately had to put the Intercontinental title on him. Every time Iron Fist does that move, it looks like it hurts him worse than it hurts his opponent. Oh, but he's doing the shimmy. Iron Fist in a good mood tonight. Oh, you make sure. Oh, dude. Classic Ahmed Johnson. I get to see him. I get to see him wrestle in person back in 2000 WCW for a Thunder taping, and it was a hardcore championship match with Terry Funk defending against Harlem Heat 2000. So it was like Stevie Ray, Big T, aka Ahmed Johnson, and Cash, I think was the other guy's name. Horrible stuff. I loved every minute of it. Going to WCW Thunder, a lot of fun. Playing WCW Thunder, the game, not so much fun. And Superhuman is just livid on the apron with what's watching what's going on in the ring, looking for that tag to Joe Exotic. Joe Exotic, biggest singles victory of his career last week. Pinfall win over Thanos, which was just complete shocker. If we hadn't already seen Superhuman become world champion last month, that'd be the most shocking moment in the brief history of the MWA, but no. Superhuman win the title, still number 1. Oh, and a Michinoku driver from Joe Exotic spinning to his feet. Crowd loves this, and Joe Exotic is loving to hear their cheers. Joe Exotic's got to weigh 134 pounds soaking wet, and he's always soaking wet. But Luke Cage, the big hoss, still getting his ass handed to him right now. Joe heading up top. No, to the second rope. Looking for that elbow. He's pretty damn far away, but he hits it. Right to the chest of Cage. Oh, looks like he's going to go for the cover, but we get the dancing elbow drop. I don't know what's gotten into Luke Cage right now. He's just... Now Superhuman and Joe Exotic laying in with that unicorn stop. Cage in a lot of trouble here in the corner. Not quite sure why Iron Fist is so fired up. I don't know what Iron Fist is doing all the way over there to begin with. Superhuman with the cover on Cage. Joe Exotic staying in there in case Iron Fist tries to break it up. Because he just watched it again. Wait. The PS5 is the new Tickle Me Elbow, Cabbage Patch Kid, or Furby. I see what you mean, or what that person meant. It's obviously like the hottest gift item this Christmas, but in terms of longevity, I mean, both consoles that just came out are probably going to be around for 6 or 7 years before they release a new one. Not counting like the mid-generation revisions. As Cage goes for the cover. Eatery. Oh man, I'll have to look that up on YouTube after the show's over. Superhuman, oh, what an idiot. Just letting Cage make the tag to Iron Fist. Fuck. Yeah, it's a lot of the releases of, or the pre-announced times when consoles are made available during the day when people are working. And I know it's usually on Eastern time too, which makes it even worse for you being on Pacific. I think I mentioned before, if you're not already following video game deals on Twitter, then I recommend doing that. I know you're not on Facebook to follow on there too, but Twitter should keep you covered. Oh, diving right onto the knees. This Video Game Deals is the account for Cheap Ass Gamer, and they're always sharing all the information about when those orders become available. I didn't even get to play either of my consoles all last week because I was spending every moment of my free time and recreating the entire Fire Pro fucking universe. Oh! It's Steam. And making sure the logic match. I explained all that on Sunday, but oh, the donkey style Superman punch, man. That has to do it, right? I know I say that a lot and I'm wrong, but oh, and it's over. The donkey Superman punch, I love it. Superhuman, the former world champion, now on a losing streak. Couldn't earn a rematch for his world title. Fell to the Black Panther last week. Knocked out with that doggy punch from Iron Fist tonight. Iron Fist and Luke Cage moving on for a rematch against Thor and Loki. When Thor and Loki initially lost those titles, it was to Luke Cage and Iron Fist, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, well, Yeah, I would offer to try to do it, but unfortunately right now I have no extra cash whatsoever. Like, I wasn't even able, due to some unexpected expenses, not even able to get any sort of games. I just have what's on Game Pass for the Xbox, which is a ton of shit, to be fair. And Astro's Playroom that came with the PS5 and Bug Snacks from PlayStation Plus. More than enough to keep me occupied. But anyhow, yeah, I literally did not play a single video game of any kind last week, Paul. I was always in Fire Pro. I did play a few matches on that, but that's just because I had to recreate the title history from PS4 on Steam, so I had to actually play the matches to give each champion their proper number of defenses. So yeah, had a lot of work to do. I'm the only one who's actually working on any of the editing stuff and all that, even though Chris and Jed do a great job on commentary, and I appreciate that. And they come up with some awesome ideas that you've seen on the shows. But anyhow, Iron Fist and Luke Cage victorious in the main event with the Superman-style donkey punch to Superhuman. And Superhuman goes from holding the world title and the tag title simultaneously to losing those both at our last pay-per-view. Now he's not even going to be on the next pay-per-view Hardcore Holidays unless something crazy happens next week. So we got one more show for you here on MWA Mat Wars before that pay-per-view happens next Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. We're going to be right back here for another edition of Mat Wars. And I just realized I should have just transitioned to the desk. Little bit more of that sweet Nick Pedigo music. Send you guys off for the night. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Great turnout tonight. Love having you guys in the chat. And all this makes things a lot more fun and makes my job a lot easier. So, before I go, I'm going to take a look and see if any friends are on that I can raid. Obviously it's up to you guys if you want to stick around. And no, apparently nobody that I know is actually streaming right now. So there goes that idea. Oh well, hey, it was a nice sentiment, right? Well, in the absence of the ability to raid anyone, I guess that about wraps it up for the evening. So, we'll be back Thursday night for MWF Mattitude, the follow-up from our pay-per-view this past Sunday night, Thanksgiving Throwdown. Myself, Chris Coron, and hopefully Red Jed, assuming he's recovered. So please consider tuning in for that. If not, I hope to see you back here next Tuesday night. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you again for joining me tonight. Good night.